Hi, welcome to Celebrating Us All. This week, we are going to look at the holiday of Diwali, which actually is on Monday, October 24th. Diwali is also known as the Festival of Lights, and it is India's biggest and most important holiday of the year. The festival gets its name from the row of clay lamps that Indians light outside their homes, and they symbolize the inner light that protects from spiritual darkness. This festival is as important to Hindus as the Christmas holiday is to Christians. And oftentimes they celebrate 5 days of Diwali. So on the first day of Diwali, people often clean their homes and shop for kitchen utensils. On the second day, homes are decorated with clay lamps called diyas and colorful patterns called rangoli, which are created on the floor with colored sand or powder. And so if you look at the picture on the left, this happens on day two. They create Rangoli. And Rangoli is an art form in which colorful patterns are created on the floor or on a tabletop using powdered materials. And the creations are often circular and they include radial symmetry. So they kind of radiate from the center out. On the third day of Diwali, families gather to pray the goddess Lakshmi, to enjoy a delicious feast, and to watch fireworks. And this year, the third day of Diwali is on Monday, October 24th. On the fourth day, friends and relatives give one another gifts and good wishes for the season. And on the fifth and final day, siblings, brothers and sisters, visit one another and exchange gifts. Others use the day to clean and organize their workspaces. So this week we're going to share a story about Diwali, and it is called Binny's Diwali. It's written by Thridi Umragar, and it's illustrated by Nidhi Chananai, I think is how you might pronounce that. And you can see these are the diya, or those oil lamps, in beautiful colors on the end pages. This is Benny's Diwali by Thridi Umragar and illustrations by Nidhi Chanini. Benny woke up happy but nervous. It was her day to share about Diwali, the festival of lights. Since her class was learning about different celebrations, her teacher, Mr. Boomer, had asked her to talk about her favorite holiday. Last month, Sarah talked about Rosh Hashanah, and today it was Benny's turn. She hoped everything would go just as she and her teacher had planned. Benny started getting ready for school. She smiled as she noticed the Indian outfit Mom and Dad had laid on her chair. Maybe it was the perfect day to wear her new blue suede shoes for good luck. Benny turned around and got a glimpse of her mom, looking so beautiful in her bright red silk sari Dad had bought her for Diwali. Everybody went shopping for Diwali. Kids got new clothes and toys, parents bought each other jewelry, and friends exchanged gift baskets filled with cakes and sweets and nuts. Wearing her new clothes, Benny ran downstairs for breakfast. Instead of cereal, Mom and Dad had a treat for her: warm jalebis, orange discs of sweetness that melted in her mouth when she bit into them, and soft, milky pedas that crumbled in her mouth and made her lick her lips. Dad quickly packed the rest for her class. May the words you speak today be as sweet as jalebis and as soft as pedas, he said. Mom drove Benny to school. Remember to tell them about the oil lamps, she told Benny as she kissed her goodbye. Good luck, Ben. You will do great. After morning circle time, Mr. Boomer called Benny's name. But when she stood before the class, a terrible thing began to happen. Suddenly she felt so shy and scared, her mind went blank. Some children began to giggle. Others fidgeted, not knowing what to do. Today is Diwali, Benny said nervously. Who? Yelled Tommy. The teacher stood up and gave the sign for quiet. Benny did want to share her favorite holiday with her friends, but she couldn't find the words. Mr. Boomer put a kindly hand on her shoulder. Take a deep breath, he whispered. I know you can do this. Just then, Benny remembered what Mom had told her about the lamps. To celebrate Diwali, people lit little oil lamps called diyas and put them by their front doors to guide good luck into their homes and to chase away the darkness. All over the world, Diwali marked the victory of goodness and light. Bindi now knew what to say. Diwali is the festival of lights. It is a Hindu holiday that lasts 5 days and it celebrates the victory of goodness and hope. She told them about the fireworks, how they whistled through the air and burst like stars in the night sky, leaving streaks of gold and red and green. She described the sparklers Dad lit in the yard, how she made figure eights with them, the golden sparks opening like a flower. Mr. Boomer brought over the streamers that Benny had made. She took out some colorful glitter and asked Juliet and Aisha to help her make them brighter. The class gathered around Mr. Boomer's desk as Benny handed them a tiny electric clay diya. The teacher turned it on. The small flickering light looked so pretty that all the children oohed and awed. Benny told them that if, on Diwali, you looked down from an airplane, you'd see the city shine like a diamond, light shimmering everywhere you looked. She made them close their eyes and imagine a dark sky with a million twinkling stars. Diwali is a magical time for children everywhere. Benny had one more thing to show them, the best thing of all. She took out bags of colored powder, red, blue, yellow, purple, green, and orange, and sprinkled them onto the floor. First, she drew a flower with powdered chalk, and then she used it to write, "Happy Diwali to all." The children started clapping. Benny went to her desk, and out came the box of pedas and jalebis, one for each student in the class, and for Mr. Boomer, too. They ate every last crumb of the sweets and smacked their lips in delight. Romeo raised his hand. "How many festivals are there in the world?" he asked. Benny smiled. "Thousands of them," she said, "and they are all beautiful in their own way." Mr. Boomer leaned over to Benny and said, "Great job." She grinned from ear to ear. Benny walked home that day celebrating her own victory of goodness and light. The spirit of Diwali was real. The story of the oil lamps had chased away her own fears. Everyone loved Diwali, this wonderful festival of lights.